Today I'm using the Sony A6000 with the Sony 35mm f1.8 lens, and since this camera has a 1.5 times crop, it's actually 52mm, but I'm just going to say it's a 50mm lens for this camera. So let's show off what photos this camera and this lens combined can take. I had the camera at f1.8 the whole time, and I left it on aperture priority mode so that way it did everything else for me. You do still have to adjust the ISO, but since it was snowy outside, so it's going to be very bright out, I had the ISO at 100 so that way the camera would adjust the shutter speed. And I love that. That way I'm able just to focus on my framing, I'm able to focus on the subject, and that way the camera can adjust the shutter speed to whatever it thinks it needs to be. And I think it did a great job during this photo shoot, which it really was not a photo shoot. It was my kids and I and my husband outside playing in the snow that we just got last night and today. So you'll see them building a snowman, you'll see them interacting with each other, which is another thing I wanted to mention. Be sure to take pictures of your family, not just going out to street photography stuff, which is really cool, but be sure to take pictures of those who you love and cherish, because there are uncertainties in life where we could lose people we love the next day. So I highly encourage you to take photos of people that you love, and that way you can have these memories, and it's not just photos on your phone. These are better than your phone quality. You're going to be able to print these, and they're going to look great. So with this lens, I mentioned before it was around 50mm, and I think that is one of the best portrait lenses or the best portrait millimeters to take people at, which is typically 35, 50, and 85. And 50 is just right in the middle. It can still have that depth of field behind them, and it's going to look normal. It's not going to look like a wide angle lens where it messes with people's faces. And this is me. This is my husband taking a photo of me, so that way I can appear in one of these videos. And overall, this camera is really good, and I think it's going to be a great purchase for people looking to get into photography. And I say that because I started with a Nikon D3300, and it did not have an autofocus like this. This is definitely, when it came out, one of the more popular cameras, and Sony has definitely locked down their autofocus. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, or if you own this camera.